I'm going to go outside. Will you come with me?
Hell no! I'm gonna play Ni no Kuni and become a wizard. Greetings, fellow magicians and wizards. Max Scoville here for Rev3 Games, and a big game is coming out. It is Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. We've seen kind of a resurgence in JRPG popularity lately. Little mini resurgence. You got Xenoblade Chronicles, you got Persona 4 Golden, The Last Story, things like that. And now we've got Ni no Kuni, which is a Japanese RPG that is basically being done with Studio Ghibli, who are the guys who did such amazing films as Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke, and my personal favorite, My Neighbor Totoro. So this could be something really special.
Wanna see?
Do I ever?
Ni no Kuni follows the journey of Oliver, a young boy who is transported to a fantastical alternate world, guided by his sidekick and former plushie, Drippy. How Oliver got here is something we'd rather let you discover for yourself. The narrative deals with some pretty heavy stuff right from the start, like what happens if you end up drowning in a river and your mom with a heart condition ends up rescuing you. It's all very sad. Speaking of hearts and heart-driven states of mind are central to Ni no Kuni's narrative. An evil wizard named Shadar has manipulated the hearts of many of the alternate world's inhabitants, and even some of those in Oliver's own city of Motorville. Oliver can bring back people to their positive emotional state by taking a bit of heart from those unaffected by Shadar. Is a person short of enthusiasm? Just find somebody who's brimming with excitement and have Oliver use his Give Heart and Takes Heart spells to cheer the other person up.
It worked!
If you're familiar with the track record of Ni no Kuni's developer Level 5, it's hard to imagine a more qualified studio to bring the art of Studio Ghibli to life. Ni no Kuni shares a lot with Level 5's Dragon Quest VIII in terms of world design and general pacing. At least this time around, you're not chasing a damn clown. There are even some brain teasers that give you an idea of what Level 5 could pull off with a Professor Layton console game. But if there's anything that could be a recurring Level 5 signature feature, it's alchemy. It's a great alternative to buying stuff, and the best part is you don't consume items when you fail an experiment. While overworld exploration in the town, dungeon, boss fight cycle makes Ni no Kuni feel very familiar, you won't find the equally familiar turn-based combat that was once synonymous with JRPGs. What we felt we got was a slower, more tactical version of the action RPG combat of Kingdom Hearts with some tamed creatures as part of your party. The compulsion to catch, feed, and evolve these creatures is there, though you really only need a roster of about 24 monsters of various celestial elements to be diverse in physical and magic attacks. Every action in battle has a cooldown period, some longer than others. Some menu commands will pause the action to help you compose yourself, but otherwise the enemy will not wait for you, and this is fine, because this is one of those RPGs where defense is crucial. Blocking and evasion not only reduce hit point losses, but they're also the best ways to unlock miracle moves, which are the most useful actions in Ni no Kuni. That said, we think Drippy could have done a better job stressing the importance of defense, because it's easy to see how some players would be predisposed to going all offense, get their asses handed to them, and then rage quit the hell out of Ni no Kuni. If you can handle some multitasking, like RTS levels of multitasking, then you'll be right at home with Ni no Kuni. The battle UI is one submenu short of being overwhelming. It's challenging enough to manage your movement and camera rotations. You also have to manage spell menus, time your defensive stances, and swap in and out your creatures. It's a game world as engrossing as any you'd find in a JRPG, and it was a joy to break from mainline goals to go on bounty hunts and perform errands. That helped keep our levels high without resorting to out-of-the-way grinding, which we never had to do. Ni no Kuni is unusual for being one of those games that actually gets a little easier as you progress. We managed to kill many later bosses on our first attempt because we unlocked a one-button command that tells the rest of the party to switch to a defensive stance. Before that, you were lucky if the other characters had the presence of mind to brace themselves. We're really puzzled why Level 5 didn't offer this all-defense option earlier in the game. Beyond the in-game and cell animation, it was pleasing to see Studio Ghibli take part in the game's overall art direction, with the town of Ding Dong Dell being one of the creative highlights. Hayao Miyazaki might not have been directly involved in Ni no Kuni, but you could see many artistic similarities from his films, including this bearded guy, who's straight out of Nausicaa, and even, oh my god, a bat-winged Totoro? Just in case for some reason that didn't register with you, I just said that there is a bat-winged Totoro in this. So just mull that one over. The voice acting is well done, so much that we found ourselves jumping back and forth between the Japanese and English dialogue. It was gutsy for Namco Bandai to give Drippy a Welsh accent, but it really works in complementing his very assertive personality.
I told you I haven't got the foggiest we're on about. Shut up about it, will you?
In terms of music, you won't be disappointed. Longtime Miyazaki collaborator Joe Hisaishi has composed some of his best pieces for Ni no Kuni, which really says something considering his remarkable body of work and that he had to fill a 60-hour game with music that didn't get old through repetition. Level 5 deserves a lot of credit for achieving that balance between classic JRPG level design and pacing while keeping the gameplay fresh with a combat system that keeps you on your toes. We think the UI could have been more streamlined and the tutorials a little bit more thorough, but at least no boss fight compelled us to break our controllers or scream like children. One thing to wonder is, if Level 5 didn't collaborate with Studio Ghibli, would this still be a remarkable game? Probably not, but the point is that they made it happen. We actually wonder why this didn't happen sooner with Level 5 or any other talented JRPG studio for that matter. The world is just so damn rich in imagination that I don't want to spoil the context, but there's a part where you go inside a big uterus. We give Ni no Kuni and uteruses a 5 out of 5. So if you had any reservations about Ni no Kuni, they are unjustified and stupid. You should check this game out, even if you're not like a crazy fan of JRPGs. This is an extremely good one. This is a PlayStation 3 exclusive, so you should probably just go buy a PS3 right now. There is a Nintendo DS version, which is only out in Japan right now. Who knows, maybe it'll get localized. But yeah, in the meantime, this is a good game. Go check it out. I'm Max Scoville. You can find me on Twitter. You can find the rest of our video game coverage right here on Rev3 Games. Right now, I'm gonna go be a wizard some more. Goodbye.